If you walk into an ultra-premium specialty coffee shop today, you might see what looks like a 19th century chemistry experiment sitting on a counter. Two glass globes stacked on top of one another, glowing over a bright red halogen heater. It's called a vacuum siphon. It brews, I'd argue, the cleanest, most vibrant cup of coffee on Earth. But while it's treated as a high-tech novelty today, this brilliant piece of engineering spent decades relegated to a niche specialty item, quietly kept alive by master craftsmen in East Asia before the global coffee renaissance brought it back to Western mainstream. The age of boiling sludge. Before we talk about the siphon, let's start with the dark ages of coffee. When coffee first swept through Europe in the 1700s and early 1800s, there were no paper filters. There were no pressurized pumps. The standard method of brewing was simple. You took ground coffee, dumped it into a metal pot of water, and boiled it on a stove. Chemically speaking, a rolling boil is the absolute worst thing you can do to coffee. Boiling water aggressively destroys the delicate, aromatic oils inside the coffee beans. It over-extracts the bitter tannins, leaving you with a heavy and intensely bitter brew. European inventors knew there had to be a better way. They became obsessed with finding a mechanical method to brew coffee without letting the water reach a fatal boiling point while it was in contact with the grounded beans. The extreme physics in the parlor. The solution arrived in the 1840s. A French woman named Marie Fanny Amelne Duporge, known professionally as Madame Vassieux, secured the most famous patent for the vacuum siphon in 1841. Her design looked something like alchemy. It had a bottom glass globe filled with water and a top glass chamber holding the dry coffee. A small alcohol burner was placed underneath the bottom globe. The physics operating in this device are incredible. As the flame heats the bottom chamber, the water boils and creates water vapor. That vapor expands, building pressure that forces the heated water up a narrow glass tube into the top chamber. Because the water is pushed upward right before it boils, it hits the coffee grounds at exactly 93 to 96 degrees Celsius, or 199 to 204 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the sweet spot for coffee extraction. But the real magic happens when the brew is finished. After about 90 seconds, you remove the heat. As the bottom glass cools down, the vapor condenses back into liquid. This rapid temperature drop creates a powerful vacuum. It sucks the brewed coffee back down through a cloth filter into the bottom globe. The result is a cup of coffee completely free of grit, highlighting complex, tea-like flavors that simply boiling would destroy. The risk. The physics were mathematically perfect, but the material science of the 19th century was not. The siphon relied on extreme, rapid temperature shifts. You're heating glass with a direct open flame and then rapidly cooling it to create the vacuum. Before the invention of borosilicate glass, which some of you nerds might know as Pyrex, standard glass was highly susceptible to thermal shock. If a Victorian host brewed a pot of siphon coffee and accidentally placed the hot bottom globe down on a cool marble countertop, the glass wouldn't just crack. The vacuum pressure and thermal shock would cause the chamber to violently shatter, spraying near boiling coffee and glass shrapnel across the parlor. Literally, brewing a perfect cup of coffee meant taking a risk of an explosion in your dining room. The speedy espresso. Despite the danger, the siphon was beloved by high society. But at the dawn of the 20th century, the coffee landscape changed forever. In 1901, an Italian inventor we've mentioned before, named Luigi Bezzera, patented the first commercial espresso machine. Bezzera did not care about the slow, delicate parlor shenanigans. He cared about the commercial potential. He engineered a machine that used heavy metal and steam pressure to force water through an individual puck of coffee on demand. Suddenly, coffee transitioned from a slow, meticulous science experiment into a fast, instant brew served across cafes. The heavy metal espresso machine took over the cafes of Europe because it was now safe and indestructible. It was fast and highly profitable. The fragile, slow vacuum siphon was pushed off European counters, mainly remembered as a strange Victorian novelty. The modern cult revival. Today, the siphon is making a massive, highly lucrative comeback. Modern baristas have realized that the physics of the vacuum draw are still unmatched for clarity. Companies like Hario now manufacture the glass chambers using laboratory-grade borosilicate, entirely eliminating the risk of the glass explosion. Instead of dangerous open flames, specialty cafes use high-tech halogen bean heaters to control the vapor pressure with perfect precision. It's very theatrical. Because it takes 5 to 10 minutes of hands-on labor to brew one batch, cafes can easily charge $10 to $15 for a single cup. The Siphon survived the invention of espresso by leaning into exactly what it was designed to be. It's an engineering masterpiece, built for people who want to taste everything the coffee bean has to offer and interested in a show.